Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And today in this video, we will discuss about the important SQL interview questions. And there is one question that you can expect in interviews, and you can be asked to find out the second highest salary. All right. So first of all, let's create a new database because I just want to create a new database, let's say, in order to discuss these questions, and all the tables will reside in that database. So I will simply write create database and then the name of the database. So let's name it as Advanced SQL Questions. Advanced SQL Questions. All right. Now let's execute the statement written in line 5. And commands completed successfully. This database was created. Now we need to select this database. So we can write use inside the bracket advanced SQL questions. Shift up arrow key, Control E. So commands completed successfully. Now here you can look at the top. So already this database is selected. Let's remove this Object Explorer as of now. We do not need it. Control R. Now, I already have a piece of code available with me. So we basically will be creating a table, and we will then use that table in order to discuss about this problem. So I will be providing this code in the resource section. You can create the table so that you will be able to follow along with me. So I will open SQL Server. Let's come to line number 10 and Control Z. It is not copied properly. Control A, Control C. Let's paste it here. All right. So now if we will execute this SQL code written from line number 10 to 27, so it is going to create a new table for us, and that will be named employees. An employees table will reside in the database named Advanced SQL Questions, and these will be the following records that will be inserted. So basically 10 records are going to be inserted. Let's click on execute. So commands completed successfully, 10 records were impacted. Now let's open the new query. So I will click on new query. It will open a new query window for us. Let's run a simple select statement on our table so that we can first of all have a look at the data. So we can write select star from employees. Shift up arrow key, Control E. So this is the table that we have. Now let's say the requirement is that we have to find out the second highest salary. Second highest salary. So let's begin with the concept of subqueries. First of all, if I will write the simple select statement wherein we can write select max salary from employees. If I'll execute this statement, so you can see that it gives us the maximum salary, the highest salary. But we do not want the highest salary. We want second highest salary. So what we will do, we will put this statement written in line number 7 in a subquery. And then in the outer query, we will say select max salary from employees where salary is less than the maximum salary. So if the salary has to be less than the maximum salary, it means that this whole query will give you the second highest salary. So let's select this statement and let's execute it. So the second highest salary is 95,000. And let's give this column an alias name. So just before the from keyword in line number 6, in square brackets, we can write second highest salary. Let's execute this piece of code. So second highest salary is 95,000. Now let's say instead of second highest salary, they tell you that you have to find out the third highest salary or fourth highest salary. So what will you do in that case? So let's say, first of all, we have to discuss about the third highest salary. So for that purpose, I will first of all copy this piece of code that we have written. Control C, come to line 10, Control V, and let's remove this alias name. and we will further place this whole query inside a subquery. And let's see how that can be done. So here we can write bracket open, then bracket close, and here in line number 10 we can write select max salary from employees where salary is less than the salary contained in the subquery. So until the time this statement will be executed, this part will be executed. So from here you will get the second highest salary. Now we are saying that maximum salary has to be calculated, but it has to be less than the second highest salary. So it will ultimately give you the third highest salary. So you can select this part and execute it. So the third highest salary is 90,000. Now we can give this column an alias name. So just before the from keyword in the square brackets, we can write third highest salary. Now let's execute this piece of code, and you can see the third highest salary is 90,000. So this was the first approach. And now if they say that how can you find out the fourth highest salary? So you will further put this whole query into a subquery, and then you will use the similar concept. In that way, you can in fact arrive at nth highest salary. So that's the first approach. Now let's talk about the second approach, where we will be using the concept of common table expressions. Now we can use the common table expressions along with dense rank function to achieve the result. So let's see how that can be done. So we can write with CTE as bracket open, bracket close, and inside the bracket we will write select star, comma, and we will add a new column wherein we can write dense rank. Dense rank, bracket open, bracket close, over, and in the over clause we will write order by salary descending. And the new column that is going to be created in this in the definition of this common table expression, let's name it as DR, right? So this is the common table. This is how we have defined the common table expression. Now, along with the common table expression definition, we will also have to write a select statement that immediately follows it. So we can write select. Since we want the salary to be there, so we can write select salary from CTE where dense rank is equal to 2. So if we will now execute this piece of code, let's select this part and let's execute it. So there is some error. Let's see what is the error. All right. Okay, so again, we have to write the name of the table, right? So select star, comma, dense rank from the table name. So the table name is employees. And now let's select this statement and execute it. So you can see that the second highest salary is being represented. Fine. So the second highest salary will be represented in that way. And since as of now in the column name salary is written, but since we are representing the second highest salary, so in the square brackets, just before the from keyword in line number 19, you can write second highest salary. Let's now select this part and execute it. So this is the second highest salary. Now let's say we do not want to tell the second highest salary, but we have to tell the third highest salary. So what we can do, we can simply replace this 2 by 3. So I will copy this piece of code and I will paste it here. And we can write maybe third highest salary. And here in place of 2, we will simply write 3 in line number 26. So let's select this part. And yes, we should change this second to third as well. So if we will now execute this part that is written from line 21 to 26, so you can see that it shows us the third highest salary. So this is the other way of using the common table expressions with the dance rank function, and thus we can arrive at the results. So in that way, you can in fact even tell the nth highest salary. Let's say they ask you about the 10th highest salary. So you can write dr equal to 10 and simply your purpose will be solved. So that was the second approach. Now the way or the manner in which we have used common table expressions along with dense rank function, we can use subqueries. We can use subquery along with dense rank function to achieve the result. So how that can be done? Let's take an example to understand that. So first of all, I will write the inner query in this bracket that I've created in line 39. So let's write select star, comma, dense rank, bracket open, bracket close, over, bracket open, bracket close, order by, salary descending. Let's give this column an alias name. So inside the square brackets, we can write dr from the table name, that is employees. If I will execute this inner query or select statement written in line 31 between the brackets, so you can see that this is the table that we have. And in this table, a new column simply was added. We have also previously discussed about adding new columns by using a row number, rank, dense rank function. So here we have simply used this dense rank function. Now in the outer query, since we want the second highest salary to be returned, so we will write select salary as in the bracket second highest salary from, and we will give some name to this query and we will write here X. So select salary as second highest salary from X, right? Where dr, that is dense rank, is equal to 2. So we will now select this code written from line 30 to 32 and we will simply execute it. So you can see that second highest salary is being shown. So this is how a subquery can be used with dense rank to give the second highest salary. Now let's say you have to find out the third highest salary. So what you can do, you can simply copy this piece of code, Control C, come to line number, let's say 35, paste it here, and simply in place of dr equal to 2, write dr equal to 3. And in place of second highest salary, just write third highest salary. If you will now execute this piece of code written in line 35 to 37, so you will get the third highest salary. So this is how we can use the concept of subqueries along with dense rank functions to get the nth highest salary. Let's talk about the last approach in which we will again be using the concept of subqueries, but we will be using it in a different way. So now first of all, I am writing a query, inner query. So I will write select distinct top 2 salary from employees order by salary descending. So what this piece of code will do, first of all, if I'll execute this statement, so you can see that it is going to return 2 salaries. So the first one is the highest salary and second one is the second highest salary. Now I will put this piece of code in a subquery. So let's put it inside the brackets and let's say that we want to find out select top 1. We need to find out the top 1 salary from, and let's name this subquery as X. So we want to find top 1 salary from X order by salary ascending. So now the output that you can see on the screen, it will be sorted in ascending order. So 95,000 will appear first, and when 95,000 will appear first, we will simply extract the top 1 salary from there. So only 95,000 will be shown when we will select this whole state. So only 95,000 is being represented, which is our second highest salary. So here in the square brackets, we can mention second highest salary. So what we did was, first of all, we used this inner query and we fetched only top 2 salaries such that the salaries were first of all ordered in the descending order and the first 2 salaries were fetched. So obviously it will give us the first highest and second highest salary. And now again, for the outer query, we sorted the data in ascending order. So the second highest salary will appear first. And now we have simply fetched that first record, the first salary, because we have now in the outer query ordered by salary in ascending order. So that's how you can calculate the second highest salary. If I'll execute this part, so you can see that second highest salary is represented. Now we can also find out the third highest salary. So how we can do that? So let's take an example to understand that as well. So third highest salary. So in the inner query, now we will write select distinct top 3 salary from employees and order by salary descending. So now this will give us top 3 salaries and the salaries will obviously be ordered in the descending order, right? So if I'll execute this statement written in 47 line, so you can see that these are the 3 salaries. The first highest is 98,000, second one is 95, and third one is 90,000. Now we will put this part inside a subquery. Let's name it as Y, home tab, and then bracket close. And here we can write select top 1 salary from, and this Y table, order by salary ascending. So in the outer query, this 90,000 will appear first and we will fetch that record. So that's how this concept works. And here we can give an alias to this as well. So just before the from keyword, we can write third highest salary. Now let's execute the SQL code written from line 45 to 48. And you can see 90,000 is being represented, which is basically the third highest salary. So this is an important interview question and you can certainly expect questions from this, questions like this. And in fact, they can ask you questions on multiple approaches as well. So I hope this video was helpful and we'll meet in the next session. Till then.